Here we go. All right, does everyone have that down? Touch your pencil to your nose when you're done writing so I know. And hold it there. All right, so when you see it written horizontally, I want you to rewrite it vertically. And when you have it vertical, I'm going to have you draw a line in between the whole number and the fractions. So you're drawing a line down the middle that splits up the whole numbers and the fractions. Okay, and then we just have two addition problems. We need to start by adding the fractions first. So we know that when fractions have the same number on the bottom or in the denominator, 4 and 4, we just add across the top. And our fraction is going to stay in fourths. So we have 1/4 plus 2/4 gives us what? You raise your hand and I'll click on you. Marwan?
3/4.
You got it. 3/4. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And because the 4 is the same, all we do is add across the top. Okay? Pretty easy. That's what we did yesterday. And then we come over to our whole numbers, and we have 2 wholes plus 4 wholes gives us what? Brian?
6.
6. So our new mixed number is 6 3/4. Alicia, you look confused.
Oh!
You got that? Okay, everyone get 6 3/4. Christian, you good? Let me see your work. Okay, nice. Hold it up, Alicia. Hold it up, Faith. Marwan. Good. 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 Alicia, waiting on you. Let me see your work. All right, very nice. Let's do another one. Okay, so our new mixed numbers are 6 3/5. Hold on one second. Innocence is joining us. Hey, do you got a pencil and notebook? We're right in the middle of a lesson. You can start by copying down these two mixed numbers. Today we're working on adding mixed numbers. Okay, so our first step, when you see it written horizontally, is to rewrite it vertically. We're going to take our numbers, 6 3/5. We're going to add it vertically to 9 4/5. We can tell Innocence what our first step is going to be to do. Marwan, what do we need to do?
Draw a horizontal line down
Vertical line.
down the middle.
Yep, we're going to draw a line down the middle that separates the fraction and the whole numbers. Okay, and once we draw that line, we're going to start by adding the fractions first and then the whole numbers. I'm going to show you why. I have 3/5 plus 4/5. They both have 5 in the denominator, so when they both have the same number in the denominator, we add across the top. So our answer is going to be in fifths. That doesn't change. And then what's 3 plus 4? Faithy. 3 plus 4.
7.
7. That's right. Okay. What do you notice about this fraction? That was from our lesson yesterday. What's wrong with this fraction right now? What type of fraction is it? Marwan?
Improper fraction?
You got it. It's improper because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So we need to convert that before we add our wholes. So we have 7/5. How do we convert an improper fraction into a mixed number? What do we need to do?
Add.
Remember, there's 2 ways we could do that yesterday. We could draw a tape diagram or a divide.
Tape diagram.
Okay, so we have 7/5. So we need to draw tape diagrams that are broken up into fifths. And we need to make 7 of those fifths. So we're going to shade in 7/5. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've reached the end of the tape diagram, so I need to draw another one. And split it into fifths again. So 5/5, 6/5, and 7/5. How many whole tape diagrams did I draw or shade in? Show up with your finger. How many whole tape diagrams did I shade? Not parts. Yes, Alicia. Yes, not, nope. How many full tape diagrams did I shade? One. I shaded in 1 whole tape diagram. And then what fraction did I shade in on this one? How many fifths? 2. So 7/5 turned into a mixed number is equivalent to 1 and 2/5. Okay. So what can I do with this number? I made a whole. So just like in regular addition, when we make a number more or 10 or more, we carry that whole number. So I'm going to take this 1 and I'm going to carry it up top. So now on this side, I'm just left with 2/5. This is yesterday's lesson, converting an improper fraction into a mixed number. When we get that mixed number, we're going to take our whole that we created and carry it up to the top to add to our other whole numbers. So on this side of the line now, we have 9 plus 6 plus 1. Who can do that math in their head?
16.
Yes, Faith. So we have 16 now. So our whole number is 16 and 2/5.
Mr.
Any
Cortina,
questions on how we got that number?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Guys, I wanted to add in there that if you were taking like the New York State test and you left it as 7/5, you wouldn't get full credit. So they always want you to simplify it to the least common, least, whatever it's called. What's it called, Mr. Cortina? The least,
Simplest form.
yeah, simplest
Reduce.
form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys left it as 7/5, you'd get some credit, but not full credit. So you need to
Yep.
make sure that you're paying attention to that.
Okay, let's look at another one. So we'll do another one where we have to convert.
Mr. Cortina, maybe later you can take a picture of that
Yep.
and post it on Google.
Okay, I'm just gonna write it in vertical form so you guys don't have to write it down twice. So this one we have 7 2/3 plus 4 2/3. And again, this could be anything. Could be talking about how much pizzas you ate, how many candy bars you ate, it doesn't matter. Just know that you have a whole number and a fraction. Okay, first step is to draw a line down the middle. Just separate the fractions from the wholes. Brian, you got like 6 minutes. So after this one, I'll let you go. Your problem set is on the math classroom page. Needs to be done by 1 o'clock, okay? And then submitted. All right. So our first step is to add the fractions. We have 2/3 plus 2/3. Well, they're both in thirds, so that's how our answer is going to stay, in thirds. We have 2 plus 2. Marwan? Yep, show me with your fingers. Everyone. It's 2 plus 2. Christian, you with us? 4. Okay. And we're left with an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So we need to turn that into a mixed number. Let's do the divide method. We did tape diagram last time. This time we're going to divide. So this line means to divide. So it's 4 divided by 3. And all we're doing is skip counting by 3s. How many times can 3 go into 4 without going over? Show me with your finger. Yep. You got it. It can only go in one time. And then we go to our, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers and refills? 1, we divided. Now we're going to multiply. 1 times 3, 3. We're going to go to subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. There's nothing left to bring down. So our remainder is 1. So how do we turn that into the fraction? How many wholes do we have? Show me with a finger. 1 whole. And how many is left over? 1 out of 3. So 4/3 is equivalent to 1 1/3. All right. So now we're going to take this whole number that we made, 1, and we're going to add it up to here to add on to our other whole numbers. Cross it out so you don't forget we're taking it. Our new fraction is 1/3. And then we just need to add the whole numbers. 4 plus 7 plus 1.
13.
Try again.
12.
7 plus 4 is 11. Plus 1 more is 12. Okay, so our mixed number is 12 1/3.
Mr. Cortina, I'm curious to know if you can if you can make another problem and have everyone do it on their paper and see who gets it right.
Yep. That's
You
where
guys
we're
can
going
do
to
that?
next.
I think you can. Alicia, sit up. Can't learn when you're laying down on your pillow.
After this one is our problem set.
Yeah, we'll do one more. Let's do
6. 1. Then we got
okay, 6 1/4 plus 3 2/4. go ahead and solve that. Hold it up when you have an answer.
Okay.
Turn my screen on so you can see it big. Faith, what's 6 plus 3? Nice job, Brian. Marwan, let me see yours again. All
I
right.
didn't do the 6 plus 3 yet, but I have to do
All right. So this one, because we didn't get an improper fraction,
9 and 3/4.
we don't need to convert it into a mixed number. It can just stay as a regular proper fraction. We don't need to convert it. We don't need to convert it. Good job, Faith. Oh, you got it.
I already did. Okay.
Yes, Marwan. All right, we're gonna do one more example together in a minute once everyone's finished. Brian, if you gotta get off, you can. Or if you wanna stay on for one more example, and your sister doesn't need it.
Works.
What's up?
My sister is fine because my sister using her my mom's old phone.
Okay. All right, let's look at one more example. Here's another piece of paper. Okay, this one's gonna be what we call spicing it up a little bit. You ready? Okay, so this time we're adding 3 mixed numbers instead of 2. There's going to be the same process. Marwan, you got that written down? I know you got that written down. All right. Okay, so our same first step. We're going to split up our fractions and whole numbers. We're going to start just by adding the fractions. So all these fractions are in fourths. We have 1/4, 3/4, and 3/4. So we know our fraction is going to be in fourths. Next week, we're going to work on adding fractions that don't have the same denominator. That's going to be a little bit trickier, but when you notice they all have a 4, your answer is going to be in fourths. So what do we get when we add up 1/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4?
You know,
Yes, Faith. What do we get? Show me with your fingers. How many fourths do we have? Not 4/4. Yes, Brian. Yes, Alicia. Marwan, show me with your fingers. Yes, Christian. Yes. All right, you got it. We get 7/4. Can we leave that as 7/4? Yes or no with a head nod? No, it's an improper fraction, so we need to convert. We can make a tape diagram to show 7/4, or we can divide. I like the dividing method because it's a little less work. You don't have to draw your tape diagrams.
Third graders, we haven't really gotten to dividing yet, so you
Yeah.
might want to do the tape diagram.
Yep, you can do either. We'll do both. We'll do tape diagram to show 7/4. Split your tape diagram into 4 parts, and we're going to shade 7 of them. There's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Got another tape diagram. 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, which gives us 1 whole and 3/4. If we divide, all we're doing is 7 divided by 4. How many times can 4 go into 7 without going over? Yes, Brian. Yes, Alicia. Yes, Faith. Yes, Ms. Koteri. Yes, Christian. Yes, Maran. 1 time. We're going to multiply 1 times 4 is 4. We subtract, and our remainder is 3. So it gets us the same answer of 1 whole and 3 out of 4. Okay, so we need to take this new mixed number. We're going to add it over to this problem. You can just write it underneath, but I like to take the whole number and move it right up to the top. Cross it off so we know that it's used. We're going to take our fraction and move it down. So all we did was take this number, convert it into a mixed number, and then add it back into the problem. So now all that's left to do is add our whole numbers. We have 6, 3, 2, and 1. And what do we get? Show me your paper when you have an answer. Yeah, change this, Faith. This is no good anymore. We took this and we changed it to 1 and 3/4, and we added the whole up to the top and brought our new fraction down. Once we
Is it
convert
11?
once we convert this, we don't need it anymore. Close. Don't forget to add in that 1 that we carried up.
Oh, 12.
12 what? What, Marwan? I'm forgetting a piece of it.
12 and
And 3/4.
12 and 3/4. Any questions
Nope.
on how we did that?
Nope.
Bye, Brian.
Good, Alicia.
All right.
My phrase.
Does anyone want to do their problem set or see one more
Problem set.
problem set?
So, yeah.
You guys want to try to do one on your own right now before we send you off to do your problem set?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah,
All
sure.
right. Here you go.
I can only see Miss Koteri. I can't see you.
Oh, because I gotta mute everyone so you can only see my screen. All right. This one's going to require you to convert like we did up here. Okay. 6 and 3/5 plus 2 and 4/5. All right, Brian, we're doing one more on our own, and I'm gonna send you to your problem set.
My Wi-Fi is internet, so I can't really. I'm trying to join back.
Okay, yep, you're in. Just copy down the problem and then show me when you're done.
I'm done.
Hey, what do you gotta do that 7/5? 7/5 is an improper fraction, so you gotta convert it.
Oh.
You're close, you got the first step down. You guys see my screen? Yep, great.
Divide and do a number thing.
Yep, remember when you have, so if we get this first step, which I think everyone can get,
Yeah, I
7/5
did
plus
that.
4/5 is 7/5. But we cannot leave it like that because it's an improper fraction.
You
So
add 6 plus 2 equals 8. Oh.
Yeah, but we can't leave this as 7/5. We need to change it into a mixed number. We can't leave it as an improper fraction. So what is 7/5 as a mixed number? How many times can 5 go into 7?
1.
And how many are left over?
2.
Yep.
2 and
Then we take that whole number, yes, Faith. You take your whole, we're gonna bring it over to the other holes, cross it off.
cross it off. Then put the 1 on the top. Put
Yep.
it on the
So what's 6 plus 1 plus 2?
9.
Okay, I'm gonna write it over here.
Forgot this.
9. And our fraction, what we put over here, this one's all done. We converted it to 1 2/5. We just bring the 2/5 over. Got it?
Yep.
All right, your problem set is on the math classroom page, and you have until 1 o'clock to do it. Get it done, make sure you turn it in so I can give you a grade. Any other questions?
Nope. Bye, Brian. Bye, Faith.
All right,
Bye, Mr. Martino.
good luck. Let us know if you have any questions.
I'll text you if we have any questions.
All right.
Bye, Kristen.
Bye.
Bye, Brian.
Bye.